Hello and welcome. It's still Enterprise Morning, where we have some entertainment gist for you, and David is standing by.
Hi, David. How are you today?
Fine, thank you so much.
So what's happening in the entertainment world?
Well, in the entertainment world, I've got 3 things for you.
All right.
Starting from ENIOLUWA condemning Nigerians for beating up cross-dressers.
Really?
Just on Monday, he responded to a viral video of people in the market beating up someone that cross-dressed. Now, I won't say what he said was bad, because it is inhumane to beat up someone with a plank just because the person is a cross-dresser or is gay or is lesbian. But I feel in Nigeria, we should have a law. We do have a law condemning people who are into gay, LGBTQ for say.
Plus.
So let's say Nigeria should bring up a way so we would report these people peacefully instead of going around and beating up people on the streets and pouring blood everywhere.
But don't you think they are trying to maybe safeguard our culture? Because of course, everything boils down to our culture.
It is not in our culture to carry on this LGBTQ thing, actually. I understand how it is repulsive to see your fellow man with a fellow man. It is inhumane for me to want to be with someone of the same gender. So I understand how white people are going about and acting more irrational about it, but still, we should make a way for people to peacefully and calmly report it to the police. Okay, and the police can pick it up from there.
So, David Henry, I have a dissenting view to this. I'm not advocating for the LGBTQ. I like that you brought in the culture prism to it, but, you know, culture is ever evolving. And at some point, when you have a culture that doesn't serve you for now, it is termed antiquated and should be done away with. I don't see how people's sexuality should be a problem. I mean, David used a term that I'm not comfortable with, repulsive. I mean, why would you even say it's repulsive for a man to be attracted to a man? I'm not advocating for that, but I'm saying that allow people to
be themselves.
Exactly. Okay. Allow people to own their sexualities, right? And it's not something to be repulsive about, basically.
Well, you should say so.
I said for me, it's repulsive.
Too deep for Joe. All right. So what we have next?
Okay, second is the Davido and WIZKID matter we've all been hearing about. Now, recently, WIZKID posted a video of Davido begging on his knees for some reason, and people picked it up and said, fighting Davido for it. I don't think Davido is in the wrong. WIZKID, along the line, also called Don Jazzy an influencer. We all know Don Jazzy is more than an influencer. Now, in Pulse, I saw something that piqued my attention, and someone asked, is WIZKID living in his past glory? If you think about it, WIZKID, for a very long while now, has not posted anything new, has not put in any new song. If you go to the clubs, if you pick up your Spotify and you play music, you will not listen to anything new from WIZKID. So I want to ask you, Mr. Igwe, do you think that WIZKID is living in his past glory? Well, am I the only one that feels that way?
I don't think so. You know, WIZKID has this character persona that makes you don't see him coming. You know, and before you know what happens, it's coming with a banger.
No, the WIZKID fan base knows that WIZKID is calm. He doesn't really go about tweeting this. See, the thing that people came up and said WIZKID is having tantrums, he's probably smoking something.
No, actually, you know, he lost his mom, so he's still trying to get over that.
It doesn't mean you should go about taking it on.
So that's enough excuse for him. So let's hold brief for my WIZKID.
Okay, but Harry, again, it's one thing to put out content out there in terms of music. It's another thing to put out quality content. Some artists are in a haste to churn out music, they say every month or every week. But what's the quality of what you're putting out there?
No, that's very true.
Angle
I know WIZKID has made a name for himself. Anything he puts out now, his followers, his fans always come up to listen to it and back up.
Right.
Well, if you juxtapose them though, you know, compare them lyrically, and I think WIZKID is better.
Give it to him.
I think so.
He deserves the flowers.
Now, with the thing happening in Lekki, the house is going down and everything. YEMI ALADE has commented on X saying that, so in Nigeria now, we cannot trust our own estates. What's the word for it?
Real estate.
Real estate. We cannot invest in real estate. I don't understand why you would give someone just 2 hours to vacate for demolition. Why am I supposed to go with my load? How am I supposed to carry my family and run to the streets just because you want to demolish a house? I feel what she said was right. Because why would the government just come out of nowhere and so many people are being thrown on the streets just because the houses according to them, were not in government plan or were not approved by government, you should at least give them, let's say, a month's notice, which is even still too small for me. Give them 3-6 months notice so that, okay, this house that you are living in was not approved by the government, and we would like to demolish it and use all the money they are throwing into the new, this expressway, Lagos and they will have put it into so many other things, but they are using it to make more roads. These houses they are demolishing, they want to make roads there too.
Well, funnily, you see, in Lagos, you can't tell where it's right for you to invest in real estate now, because you might invest a couple of millions to a particular area. In the next 20 years, the government of the day at the time will just come up one morning and say, hey, this is not in our plan, and have that demolished. And I think YEMI ALADE is making a very germane point.
Absolutely, Henry and David. So I saw the video of YEMI ALADE, and it speaks to how investors' confidence is severely attacked. And let's look at it from this reason. If government strategically communicates effectively, I think that's one thing that is lacking in this administration. You have to communicate the reason why we're even demolishing, because not very many people are aware. I was having this conversation with a neighbor last night, and she's not even, she doesn't have the full information, the unabridged information as to why government is even demolishing these buildings. So I think government can do more, or should do more, in terms of strategically communicating to the people what it intends to do and why it intends to do that. Again, I think this is really ill-timed, given what we are going through as a people. I saw a video of mother children outside, homeless, and it just aches my heart. I mean, it goes to show how insensitive our leaders are in terms of what people are currently going through.
Very true, very true. So, love to say thank you, David,
thank you so
for
much
coming on to entertain us with entertaining
stories,
news items for today.
All right, so that's all on entertainment. Thank you so much, David, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.